What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. So I needed to bring this because I realized that, on one of my old channels that got shut down, I know that I had spoken extensively at some point about this topic in different videos. But this gives me an opportunity to put two topics in one. And they're actually relatable because I want to talk about why all hip hop needs to be abolished, completely abolished. Throw it out. It doesn't even need to be it doesn't even need to be a category anymore. And I want to talk about this myth of the absent father. What provoked this is this excuse for a human being that's on your screen right now. Look at this. He brought $100,000 in cash to the Ellen show just because that's what he carries around. I'm over it. And I always tell you guys, when I don't like something, I make sure that I overexpose myself to that or that person or whatever it is, just to be sure that I absolutely cannot stand it. Like maybe they will do something or say something, I'll see something that gives me a different point of view. I'm always willing to change my mind. Always willing to change my mind. But I've been at this for too many years with my observation of hip hop. And I don't need any more study. I don't need any more research. I don't need any more watching or convincing. I'm over it. I'm over it. And I'm not going to allow myself, because at first I thought, well, why don't I get this? Why don't I get it? Why don't I get it? And what I've come to learn over the years is because I'm an actual intellectual. I'm somebody with a thought pattern. I'm also someone with a strong mind, a strong will, and a strong heart. And you can't just put mediocrity over on me. And it's a commentary on the masses. Because anyone proclaiming their love for hip hop is an airhead. They just are. And a clinger on too. That's another category, because I've seen grown, educated people talking about, I love me some Cardi B. I love so and so. And you're like, what is your relationship to these people? You know what I mean? Like, why is Ellen having an Offset on her show? She's a white woman, a lesbian. I don't remember what state she's from. She's a comic. She don't have nothing in common with this dude. And don't give me she's a fan of the music. And she's just one. She's just one. If you want to give me ignorant people on tracks broadcasting to other ignorant people, and they're all just in a cesspool of ignorance, I'm cool with that. You see, black folks. But the moment you have anyone outside of that proclaiming any love for that, that's questionable. It's questionable. Because I didn't hear all this love for hip hop from non-black people until it became what it is now, which is nothingness. A void, a black hole in creativity and music. A stain upon creativity. A leech upon real artistry. And a parasite on all who witness it and would be drawn under its empty spell. We just finished weeks of talking about Michael Jackson And to me, he represents the pinnacle of what it is to be an artist creatively, what it means to be an entertainer, like physically on stage giving somebody a show, and what it means to be famous. Because for all the lack of classes and guidelines and books that one could read to be the most famous human being that ever came to earth, Michael never once embarrassed us as a culture. Whatever we want to say about him, he never embarrassed us. Never. Never. And one could even go so far as to say that once the vitiligo got out of control, he still turned it into something beautiful. You understand? He never embarrassed us. These people are an embarrassment to African melanated people everywhere. And I'm personally insulted as an individual and as an artist, as a creative, as an entertainer, and as an intellectual. I'm insulted personally, and I'm thinking about litigation. But I hear this name of this Offset person. I've been hearing it, as attached to this Cardi B person. So when I realized he was going to be on this show, I go, well, I've got to watch it. I need to see who he is, what I think about him, whatever. Whatever's going to come of it, I'm watching it. And, of course, predictably, he went on and embarrassed us. Thankfully, he performed and gave an interview. So this was like a bonanza for me, really. He performed with the trader that did the Super Bowl, this Travis person. I'm not even going to call it performed. They were seen in a musical setting. They had microphones, there was some music playing, and that's the most that there was. The rest of it was mumbling and nothingness. I have a very good ear. You understand? Very good ear. My father played guitar, and we were afraid to say anything if we were even outside of the house, like just outside the house, because even though he's playing guitar, he can still hear you. My father could play guitar, watch TV, tell you the plot of the television show, and lecture you and never miss a note. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. And all the years of being exposed to his music, but then also picking up violin in the 3rd grade and piano, and then moving into French horn in 5th grade, etc., etc., playing in orchestra most of my life, I have a good ear. And I was using all of my oratory skills, or my audio skills, to hear this nonsense that him and this other dude performed. And I did not hear anything. And they would show the audience, and I may have seen 1 or 2 black faces. Most of it was white and Latino or something. But just people that clearly could not have any connection to whatever they were going to get on the stage and say. And the fact that no human could understand what they were saying. And there they were up on their feet and bopping around as if they had some connection. I'm insulted by that. Because I'm an astute person. I feel like if I don't get it, there's no way you're getting it. You're not getting it. You are going along. And I always tell you, America is the dumbest populace of people that exist on the planet. The dumbest. You can get them to do and say anything. They'll just do it. Especially if you make it popular. They're all here for it. And if I had a microphone and a camera crew, and I went to just pick random people out of that audience and said, I noticed you were up bopping around and smiling and grinning to the song they just did. Tell me, what was your favorite line in the song? Nobody will be able to tell me. No one. No one. So I'm over the hip hop because anytime I'm exposed to it, whether willingly or unwillingly, I see it as one more chance to, just in case, I may hear something or feel something, and all of it makes me feel the same way. Disgusted. Disgusted. There's nobody out there under this hip hop label. That's why they've moved it into characters and personalities. You know, because you can't sell music. And by the way, these people aren't selling any real music. You know what I mean? Like, they called Michael Jackson's Bad a flop simply because Thriller was the standard. But any artist out there has never sold as much as the Bad album. This I proclaim to you. They've not sold as much as Invincible or History. This I promise you. They've not reached the attendance numbers in any of their live performances of even one Michael Jackson tour. Not even one. Trying to help you understand the level of non-achievement. You know, it's one thing to say Shaq made a three-pointer, which would never happen. It's one thing to say Shaq made a three-pointer and he's 6 foot or 7 foot, however high he is, and however tall the basketball rim is. But you take a 3-year-old toddler and they have like a little hoop thing from Toys R Us and they make a three-pointer. Not so much of a big deal. Not so much of a big deal. It's no big deal. It's how cute. You see? But now, if you take that same 3-year-old toddler and they make that three-pointer on a regulation court from the three-point line, and it's viral. They'll be on every show, and that would be something extraordinary. What I'm trying to say to you is all the talent that you're exposed to now is that 3-year-old toddler with the Toys R Us basketball hoop. That's what you have now. That's what you have now. When you have somebody like Michael Jackson existing on the earth, the court gets bigger and the goal and the basket gets higher. It's higher. You understand? So now, forget trying to reach the heights. Just forget that. Just right here. Quick, roll out the Toys R Us basketball hoop. Bring that out. And then show you some personality and some scandal with it. This dizzy little girl, Cardi B, who I've spoken at length about. She can only exist in a world of nothingness. That's the only way she can exist. She couldn't have been around when Salt and Pepper was at their zenith. Just even them. She couldn't have existed when TLC was at their zenith. I could keep naming people. I'm saying all of the quality is either gone or has been deliberately wiped away so that they can now sell you mediocrity. I've seen more sissy dudes like this than I care to see in my life. These little dainty ass little sissies that do everything like a girl and put a few tattoos on their face and body, and that's supposed to be their masculinity. I'm not buying it. I don't care who you are. Men don't wear chandelier chains on over a damn shirt. Certainly not a turtleneck. That is feminine. You understand? But from this, and y'all forgive my pictures now. Forgive me. All right? They're not the greatest. All right, sue me. But that's not important. From the wrong angle, you swear that's a woman sitting up there talking to Ellen. And indeed, it is a woman. It is a woman. It's a woman. It's interesting that it's usually black men that over exert this fake masculinity instead of just being males. They overexert this caricature masculinity, and then they do everything feminine. I'm sure if there's a close-up on his hands, I'm going to see some long nails, or certainly longer than what they should be. This little kid, they got to bring out the $25,000 check for Ellen. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. I still don't know. And what I didn't take a picture of is when they gave a close-up on the kid. I was done. I'm like, I'm not taking more pictures. I'm done. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if that's a boy or a girl. I could be in the grocery store nowadays, and I see a really cute little kid, and I want to compliment the parent, but I don't know if it's a boy or girl. So either I say nothing or I go, oh, cute kid, hoping they will say something that lets me know the sex of the child. Because I have no clue. That could be a little boy or a little girl. I have no clue. Look, I don't know what it is. I don't even know what the father is. He's got this chandelier around his neck. Men don't do that. Boy, sissies do that. You understand? And you don't get to be classified as a straight man if you're going to be an alphabet. Then be an alphabet then. And we just identify you as that. That's fine. But all this, everything I see about you is feminine, but you're trying to claim you're a man, I don't accept this. Because as I've said, I'm a king and a man. And I don't appreciate imposters lapping around my throne. I don't allow this. Men don't allow this. We don't. We keep boys in their place where they belong. Because manhood is earned. You don't just anoint into it. You don't age into it. You could be 60. You're still not a man. Get off me. You see? You're not qualified to stand in a room with me. You're not a man. So I must address you as the boy that you are. This is a child. He's on an international talk show. He does a nothing performance. And the whole outfit he's wearing is something I'm sure I've seen one of the Pointer Sisters wear. Certainly with that fur collar. Men don't wear fur around our collar. We don't do that. We don't do that. You see? And he's carrying stacks of cash. So the IRS is looking. He's up there talking about he's got a history of incarceration. And you carrying around bundles of money in this society and you're a target? You're a fool. And by the way, this check is not from his name. It's from the Sally Cephas Family Fund. So that tells me there's some tax issues going on, some money movement that's happening, because it doesn't say Offset on it. I'm sure his first name is not Sally. I pray it's not. But it could be. So it's not even from, you see, there's some hidden, and any accountant worth their degree looking at this is going to see what I can't see. You see. But I detect there's something there to see. And by the way, he was giving this to her for her Ellen Fund. And he said, I seen a lot of stuff you did for Africa, which is why I let this graphic right here play. And I really appreciate that, and I support you in that, and I did my own research. Okay, why isn't your black ass, why haven't you done anything for Africa? You see, not that Africa is this starving place and needs all this help. You understand? Like you have outlying rural areas in America that if you went and took video and picture, you go, oh my God, we have to send money. But if I don't tell you it's in America, you'd be like, oh. You see, it's the same thing. It furthers this idea that Africa is some poor, desolate place, and it's not. Of course, they have rural areas where there's still tribes that wear paint and everything else. Yes. But I've brought you video of places in Africa where you would have no idea if that's Los Angeles, New York, or Texas, or Chicago. You have no idea until I say, well, no, that's Kenya, or that's wherever. So it perpetrates that, but also we don't see anything from these people. He sits up there talking about how he wanted to buy a Bentley something. If I hear one more black supposed be talented rapper say anything about Bentley, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what will happen. I can't predict the future. Do you understand me? Oh my God. But he had told Ellen, and she goes, "Oh, I know people at Bentley," so she makes a phone call and got him some kind of a hookup. He still had to put money, but it's some kind of hookup. But think about that. Ellen's not walking around with $100,000 of bundles of cash and posing pictures. They show pictures of them backstage at the Ellen show where him and his crew was holding up all this money. Ellen's not doing that, but she can call somebody at Bentley. You up there thanking her for having a hookup at Bentley. You don't have a hookup at Bentley. All Bentley gonna do is take your damn money and send your little boy sissy ass on your way. I'm over it. It's not hashtag mute R. Kelly and mute all these other it's mute, damn it, hip hop. Mute this shit until something else comes along that is of any use to African people and then the rest of humanity. Because I'm over it. I'm over it. I will rant more about that as I go along. I want to bring up something else because he mentioned his father. And he was talking about, that's a woman, dude. That's a woman. Don't give me like soul patch. Like you just keep a little bit of hair so you don't look like a complete sissy. The eyebrows are arched to the heavens. Everything about you is feminine. The glasses, the earrings, the coat, the suit, everything about you is a woman. Where is your dude? Where? So he mentions about, I'm getting worked up. He mentions about his father. He was like, and I'm trying to show other men. First of all, you can't speak for men because you're a boy. So I was insulted at that and was ready to call the network. You understand? And we'll get to this dizzy picture in the background of this dizzy little girl, and it's so sad. It's so sad. Oh my God. Rings on every finger. Nobody does that. You understand? Men don't do that. Again, I have to go to Michael Jackson. You never saw a gaudy piece of jewelry anywhere on this man. Go and find the picture of it existing. It does not. It does not. The only time Michael gussied up was when he was on stage. Then he gave you all the costuming. It had to be the best and and it lit up from underneath and all this other stuff. It was amazing. But when you just saw him just not on stage, he looked like he's just the Goodwill child. Nothing. Nope, I don't have any money. Not a single watch do we have of this man wearing. You see? And I would speculate to say that if we ever saw him in a watch, it would be probably something from Disneyland. So it'd probably be like a Mickey Mouse watch or something. Just something you could pick up at the souvenir stand and be on your way. It wouldn't be encrusted diamonds and all the, no. So he mentions his father. I digress. And he was talking about how, he invited his father, he was trying to have his father come along. He invited him to television stuff and different things, but his father is just like not having it, like I guess his father just don't want to have anything to do with them, doesn't want to be a father, whatever. So I needed to come also to reiterate to brothers on the sound of my voice and to mothers who are raising boys. Cut the crap. You understand? Stop filling our young boys' heads up with, well, they didn't have their father. We never hear that about our little girls. We never hear that. And we do, it's very rare. You almost have to listen because it's so rare. But we put all this thing on fathers as if, oh my God, if you have to have a father. No, you don't. Allah is showing you that in your very gestation as a human being. It's your mama that carries you. It's your mama who Allah is creating you inside of. It's her bloodstream you are living off of. She the one that's got to go to the whatever doctor they go to. I'm too worked up. Damn it, I'm too worked up. She the one that got to go to see the doctor. Damn it. You know what I'm saying about her her pregnancy care and her swollen feet and all of this, and she's the one. Then all of a sudden we want to pop out like I'm getting pop-ups on my damn screen that I don't need. And all of a sudden we want to pop out and proclaim that we must have our Father. Nah. The only person participating in the miracle of life with the divine is your mama. Your mama. And even if she dies before you get here, you still only have her to thank because she succeeded in getting your ass here. It's all her. It's all her. It's all her. So let us stop putting this fantasy in the heads of our boys that there's some mystical, wonderful Disney world just on the other side if only you had a father. Because I've said to you, what we're raising is decent human beings. There's no difference in raising a boy and raising a girl. Hear this, my people. There is no difference. Period. And even if you don't got no church mother or auntie or uncle or something, someplace that can teach that young girl about her what bra she need to wear and that she's gonna get her cycle and all these things, is somebody, or she gonna learn from friends eventually. It'll be learned. It will be learned. It will be learned. It will be learned. And especially now in today's time, my argument is even more strong because they can Google anything on their damn phone. Watch a YouTube video. You see, we're trying to raise decent human beings. And a lot of our women check out with their boys because they feel like they've been told, they've bought into the vomit. Instead of demanding excellence, demanding maturity, demanding manners, demanding from that boy child and that girl child. The echoes of excellence. There is no difference in raising a boy and raising a girl. And some of the best men out there are brothers that don't have no father, that was only raised by a woman. I cite for you the 44th President of the United States of America, Barack Hussein Obama. Your boy, the Jedi. Okay, my father was there, but your father can physically be there and not be there. My father was on the road a lot, touring and things like that. And then when he was home, you were afraid of him, so you didn't really approach. And, it was like a few words here and there, and, And he was a disciplinarian if you needed your ass beat. You know what I'm saying? If my mama hadn't got to you already, Or if she had decreed that you also needed a second ass whooping once he got on, you see. So, what's having a father? Is it his presence? Or is it his time? And just because he's a father doesn't mean he comes anointed with something that's going to enrich you in some way. There's a lot of fathers out there that are nothing but total disasters. They have a record as long as your arm, or they're strung out on drugs, or they just never launched in life. Or they just never launched in life in general. Maybe your father had epilepsy, or he has Alzheimer's, or he has, he's autistic or something. Is that a father for you? What are you going to get from that? So let's put down this myth of this father, because the only way a father is any value to you once you pop out your mama, because he can't even breastfeed you. So I'm saying your first sustenance come from your mama. Where's this father that's so magical? What's he so magical for? What magic does he have? Tell me. What is this magic? What is the magic? And let's stop with this. Well, it's just certain things. No. Then you got to be able to itemize those in bullet form, in double spaces, writing for me in a list. What are the things that this mystical, wonderful, magical father is going to teach a male child that a woman cannot teach him? Tell me this. The answer is not a damn thing. And I'm sick and tired of there being a crutch, because that's what you're setting up for boys, a crutch. And I'm not one who allows excuses in life. I don't deal with that well. I don't. Because there's a difference in a reason and an excuse. You see? I wanted to be at work on time, but I was on a red-eye flight that crashed into the Arctic on my way in. Wasn't able to make it. Well, that's a reason. Not an excuse. That's a reason. It happened. You see? An excuse is, well, I just kind of let my child be on their own and do their own thing because they didn't have their father. First of all, if their father ain't there, unless he's dead, that means he wasn't bullshit. He's not worthy of their presence anyway. Because he ain't there for you. Why are you going to now bitch that their father isn't there when he wasn't even there for your bitch ass? Huh? But he's supposed to be amazing to the children? You're the one he made love to. Made love to! And you think he's going to have more care for something he has not made love to? And by the time most men have had children, sadly, they've already shot out several babies in bathroom towels and sheets and things, you see? That's it. Allah tells us the only thing that a man determines about a baby is the sex of the baby. That's all that sperm does, is determines the sex of the child. That's it. That's it. He don't have nothing else that he can do when that child is born. Nothing. You want to tell me he's some physicist and he works for NASA and he has this brilliant mind that he can pass on to his child who's now going to be a prodigy? At 4 he's going to be graduating college, cum laude? I'll hear you. There's no value in a father, everybody, other than an additional source of or bragging rights of somebody that you can say that loves you, if they do. Because there's really a detachment for fathers. Your mama feels your heartbeat when it first starts beating. You understand? Fathers don't have any access to any of that. We've not bonded with children before they come to earth. We don't have any way to. We can't bond with that child. The person that we are literally and physically bonded with is our mama. You want to talk to somebody that didn't grow up without their mama, their biological mama? Talk to your boy. There's always a hole in your heart. That's valid, because that's my source of life. That's my source of life. That's the one they showed me to when I popped out and they said, it's a baby boy. There he is. Don't give me fathers. Don't. And it seems that we are the only culture that puts so much weight on it. And we have the most disastrous and uneligible people to be fathers. And it's gotten worse. Because you have tricks like this running around the earth who aren't even famous. And that is now the man now. This nonsense. That looks like a complete woman to me. You understand? That is a woman. Nothing has been instilled in them to do anything for their people, their culture. You understand? To do anything for the continent. I'm sure that graph that just ran, he's never seen that. Because he wants his Bentley, whatever it was. And it had to have red interior. That's woman stuff. That's woman stuff. That's woman stuff. I want this interior. No. You may have a man say, I would like leather seats over velour or something like that, just because of the comfort level. But we're not into, I need this color interior. That's very womanly. I'm sure he has a Chanel purse someplace backstage, just off camera, with his makeup bag in it. No doubt. No question in my mind. No question. No question. No question in my mind. And then this is the image that's sold now. You understand? This. That is supposed to look like success now. A dizzy, uneducated chick who's not worth a damn, God bless her. And this sissy dude with ink all over his body. Half of it don't show up because you're too dark anyway. And this is now the standard. So our numbers in underage pregnancies go up while we want to bitch about R. Kelly consensually sleeping with girls who only the law says they can't, but they said he could and he said he could. I saw nothing wrong with that. You understand? Because they wanted to do it. You show me they were snatched off the street in the middle of the night, and oh my God, and they screamed for their life, and they're cut off from all communication. They weren't allowed to contact the outside world. I'll hear you. But you show me hot-ass little girls that couldn't wait to get to R. Kelly, then there's nothing you're gonna say to me. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Get into the fire. Quench my desire. Go, Michael. Anyways, I'm over it. You see, but this is being promoted now as the norm, and they're successful now. I don't need to have an education. We don't have to think anything about the struggle of our people, our legacy as a people, what will be written about us in 1,000 years. No. It's, can I be cute right now in my nothing-ass bikini? And can my sissy ass look like I'm such a man laying here with a baby? That's what it is. That's what it is. Selling you a feminine image of manhood now. A mediocrity of what you need to achieve in order to be now considered a man. This ain't no man. They should take that child. If I was the head of CPS, I would immediately dispatch people to their house to take their child. I'm not joking about that. Not joking about that, because you're not worthy. Both of you are idiots, and both of you are still children. You understand? And to me, that's worse than anything that an R. Kelly is going to do. You're ruining the future of this impressionable child, and we can't allow this. See? By the way, that brick of money was just to bring out there and brag and show. You understand? This was how much he was giving her, $25,000. Towards this bullshit. By the way, her Ellen Fund helps gorillas in Africa, by the way, everybody. Not people. Not people. You understand? She's trying to save the gorillas. So he gives her $25,000 for a goddamn gorilla? A gorilla. Listen, I love gorillas just as much as the next person, but no gorilla is getting $25,000 out of me. You know, not even $5. Unless they're at the vet and they say your donation will help to save this gorilla, then okay, here's my $5. Okay, I'm here for it. You know, because I think anything outside of that would just be cruelty. You know, like you could save this animal and you won't. Like, come on, like God's gonna get you. So I would be first in line. You see, but just and many hundreds of thousands, probably millions, I don't know what the number is, have been given to Ellen. Somebody's always given to her fund that come on the show, and it's out there so people can just give anyway. You see? So the ignorance that is being displayed, and these are the people that are representing us, and then you wonder why, and they don't, but you wonder why Africans that come here from the continent seem to have an attitude towards us. Well, they don't. You understand? And when they do, that's a reflection of you. You understand? And that I know from my own personal experience. Because they're just like us. They're naturally nice people who are open to, you know, communicating and being amongst and all that kind of stuff. And they revere us on the continent, actually, because they have seen we've made such an impact on world culture, you know, and they admire us for that. But I'm saying what they don't respect is mediocrity. And it's part of their way of life. No matter how successful you get, you always give back to your own. Your own. You're not going to see a whole bunch of Africans sitting up on TV nowhere talking about they're giving to anything other than Africa. I've told you the statistic that Africans who leave the continent and go anywhere send more back to the continent than all other groups who leave where they from and send money back to combined. It is only the selfish Negro, punk ass, sissy ass Negro, who pulls this nonsense. You understand? He's supposed to look like a big man now, you know. And he went up there and gave $25,000 to Ellen and, you know, a white heifer. You see, which is fine, but where's your $25,000 to where you came from? To your people. You understand? Where's that at? Where's that at? Where's that? Wow. I can't. I can't. You know, there used to be a time when I would say to anyone who said they wanted to be a rapper, I just tell them this: that's a shot in hell. You have more of a chance of being struck by lightning. You know, but that's when you had LL Cool J out there doing it. That's when you had Run DMC doing it. Excuse me. That's when you had the Sugar Hill Gang out there doing it. You know, I could keep Curtis Blow. You know, Big Daddy Kane. You know, Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh. You know, Queen Latifah, Moni Love, MC Light. You know, Roxanne Shante. Goddammit, get her in here. You know what I'm saying? Can we get her on the phone? But this is when it was a craft. And when they spoke, it meant something. They had something to say. They had something to say. You understand? I don't know how old I was when Ladies First, when I first heard it. Who knows when it came out? But just whenever I first heard it. That's the anthem to this day. Ooh, ladies first, Queen Latifah. You see what I'm saying? Or UNITY, UNITY. That song is relevant right now. Right now. You see? And by the way, LL Cool J has won Grammys. He's one of the only rappers that has done a bunch of other stuff, you know, like in just the rap field, he's the first to do this and the first. You know, he's parlayed that into acting. He had his own sitcom. He's in one of these CSI somethings now. He's an actor. He's parlayed. He's been on the scene for generations. There's kids now that don't know anything about Mama Said Knock You Out that know him from that show and are fans of his. You understand? None of these people will be around in 5 minutes, everybody. I say this all the time. None of these people, but they're having a devastating and long-lasting effect and impact on our younger generation. And we got to get more vigilant about those ones that are coming behind us. We can't allow, you understand? My nephew, the Prince, he's like, you know, he's been visiting colleges for the last, my God, it seems forever. They're always going on some college visit. He's on one right now to the nation's capital, and they're going to be visiting schools in the area, and then they're also going to see, you know, they're going to see the National Mall while they're there and go to the Smithsonian and all right. But this is what he's doing at 17. You understand? That's what he's doing right now. That's what he's doing right now. I just talked to him before I started this video. We were talking. They were still in transit out of New York, and we lost connection, so we started texting. And then I said, well, I want to see, you know, what this this bus is you guys are riding in, you know, and so when you stop, make sure you text me a picture. He did that, you know, and he'll call me when they get into their hotel and all that stuff. That's fine now, but I'm just saying, you know, I sadly with my other nieces and nephews who are all older than him, I was still very young, you know, because the age of us nine original children were so close in age, all of us. So when they had children, of course I'm still, and I'm the baby, so I'm a child, so I didn't really have the opportunity to have the full impact on them like I have on my nephew, you know. He's the first one to have my undivided attention. Like, boom, like I'm in your ear every day. I'm in your face every day. What? You know? But I say that because I see the contrast. I was in the grocery store. Oh God, last week sometime. Might have been last weekend, I don't remember. But I seen this mother. She might have been his grandmama. But this boy, he's got to be 6 feet. And his drawers are out. He's got his pants pulled down so you can see his full ass. I didn't give a fuck who was going to tell me anything. I walked right up to him and I said, excuse me, young brother. I said, how you doing, miss? You know. Just to acknowledge her, so I didn't just give her full shade. And I lectured him for 30 minutes. You know? What is this? Who's this for? I just do it on my own. I go, no, you're not doing it on your own, because there was a time when we didn't do that. You understand? So this came about because of some reason. You understand? And so I lectured him on. I'm like, you know, you can go to any basketball court and see 80 brothers out there playing basketball. They all got their ass showing, and there's no females out there. So who's it for? Who's it for? Who is that for? Who do you need to see your ass? Who? You see? And if I stood there long enough, I knew I was going to start in on his mama or grandma or whatever she was, and saying, your ass is the one buying the clothes, heifer. Why is he walking out here in the store like this anyway? Why are you allowing this? Why are you allowing this? But it goes back to that weak ass mama who has bought into this fantasy that, well, he don't have his father, so I just try not to get on him and let him just do what the other boys are doing. No, damn it. You raise that child into a decent human being and he will be a king. Not only that, if you trust Allah, you trust Him for all things. You give that child everything you got to build him as a decent human being. I'm not talking about monetary stuff. And stuff. And you trust the one that created him to finish the job. Anything he's going to need after that, he's going to get it. You understand? My grandmama gave me a good foundation. All this other brilliance and whatever else I've picked up, it's been because of the foundation that she gave me. A foundation. Ask anybody. You want to build a house from scratch? It's a whole lot easier if you go out there and it's already a foundation that's there from the house that used to be there. It was blown away by the hurricane from the Wizard of Oz or some shit. You see? Oh, there's already a foundation. You see? So you good. It's a different thing when there's no foundation. And many of you having children don't have any foundation. So what you gonna give that child? Nothing. That's why I really think it should be outlawed. Any of our people, we should have this is why we need our own sovereign nation. Because you would come before a board, and if you come by yourself, we're not allowing you to have no child. Not having it, heifer. Nope. Straight to the clinic for you. Straight to the clinic. See what I'm saying? Because you're committing a crime against the child to begin with. Because at the very least, we will need 2 incomes once you have a child. Because that mama needs to be stay at home and be a mama when that child is first born. You understand? She needs to be at home. So that means there needs to be a working body that can go out and gather a coin and bring that back. You see? And if you come in as a couple, we want to look at your finances. But we mostly want to look at your maturity and say, what do you have that you're going to bequeath to this child? And if you can't answer that question, we're not allowing it. You understand? We're not allowing it. We're not allowing it. Because we have too many savages having children and end up like this. He's up there, he couldn't even speak English. You understand? Eyebrows arched to the heavens. Rings on every finger. The chandelier necklaces around his... I don't know if that's one or many. I don't know. It's a chandelier. My eyes hurt when I look at it. This angle. That's clearly a woman sitting there. You go, I think that's a woman. Is that a chick? I think that's a chick. Is that Lonnie Love? I mean, you just don't know who it is. You don't know. You see? And in today's age, then when you see him, you go, oh, that must be an alphabet dude. Ain't he alphabet? Who is that dude? You see? And then you find out he's supposed to be some rapper and he's supposed to be this dude. Like, nah. Then the insult comes in to the real men and the kings. You understand? Because we don't take kindly to imposters being misidentified as us. You see? We won't take kindly. You see? And so these people need to be relegated away to a damn farm someplace. You understand? So to put the rest of us out of our misery. Yeah, and you just carrying bundles of money around. Show me one picture of Michael Jackson holding any money in his hand. I'll wait. Anywhere. From any time, at any time. Show me Michael Jackson with even so much as a $1 bill in his hand. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see it. And I'll be waiting until I'm gray. Because it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. But this is yet more of an attack on the black man. We are killing off our own worth. As I've said many times, I don't really see why sisters have any obligation to holler at us or do a damn thing for us, because they're not getting shit in return. Not a damn are they getting. You understand? They don't have. We're not eligible for their love and devotion. We're not eligible. I am. I'm talking about us as a group now. You see what I'm saying? Goddamn, I'm worthy. You understand? But we're not eligible. When it comes to the police brutality and the physical assault against us, we're not ready to go and kill and be killed and give our lives for our women. They can't even run to us for safety. So what we got? What we got that's so irresistible to our women that they would choose us? Not a damn is the answer. And the penis can't count. So this is dangerous. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. And it says to that little smoked out brother that's out there right now, they ain't doing a damn with his life. It gives him validity and legitimacy. And I don't think that that's something we should be allowing. You see, he should be dealt with, spoken of, and thought of as a scourge on our people, because that's what he is. I don't need to get motivated. You saddle him with my father ain't there because you was a dusty bitch and you was picking a penis and not a man. So you already set him up to not have a father to begin with, and now you want to blame everything on the fact he don't have no father once he get here. Give me a break. I'm over it. Oh my God. There's so much more I can say on this, y'all. I can't. I can't. I'm worn out. Where's my punch? God damn it. I'm over it. If you can't define this hip-hop music for yourself, then you are a trick. You understand? Unless, well, you're still a trick, but we could at least understand the pathology if you are 16 and under. You know, like you just got here. Like that's all you know is mediocrity. You don't know nothing else. You see what I'm saying? You see? But testimony to its mediocrity is, even the last time my nephew was here visiting, you know, he was 16 then. And I'm one of these people, I cannot drive in my car unless I have music blasting. Like, it must be. And not like you can hear me coming from blocks. I did that when I was a teenager, all right? But now that I'm in my 20s, I don't need to do that. Settle down. Anyways, so, you know, as long as my stereo plays loud enough, like, I'm good. Like, I want to be able to hear it and sing along without hearing me. Because the point is not to hear me, you know? And, he loves everything, you know, but there was also some teachable moments, because one time we was in the car and I was playing Blow the Whistle by Too Short, and he went, what? And he has this thing that he does when he's surprised by something. He's put two things together. Well, it turns out this person that I cannot stand, who's also the king of mediocrity, is this Drake person. I said it without vomiting. Give me credit. Has done some sort of song where he sampled this, because when it came on, he thought it was that. But then Too Short come in. I go on and on, you know, and then and he was like, "Who?" I'm like, "That's Too Short. You don't know. You don't even know. You don't even know. Like, you don't even know." You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, and he is a big Michael Jackson fan too, by the way. He found Michael on his own and grew to love him and all that kind of stuff. And I think he was 3 when Michael died, you know. But again, excellence lives on. It will affect generation after generation after generation after generation. This stuff, flash in the pan. But as I say, the virus that it leaves upon us is all part of tearing us down. You understand? From the man on down. I said I would address this one picture. Where's it at? Won't be able to find it. You see, and again, I don't know what, it just, I was a cute kid, you know, ain't really nothing else I could really say. Look, this dizzy little girl, there she is. Listen, everybody, my sisters and them used to have some kind of little, it was this thing, I don't know, we was little, and they all had the blonde hair, but it stuck in the top of their head like it was a pig. And that's what stuck in the top of the thing's head, and that's how it was plastic. You know, the hair wasn't like, you know, movable. It was just plastic, molded plastic. And that's what she looks like right there. That's the first thing I thought when I saw it. But that's all we see now. I'm saying we sick of that. Boys are going for that stuff. You understand? This is why you not end up with no man, ladies. You not, because men don't want none of this bullshit that's going on. None of it. We run when we see you. Run. Or screech tires, at least. Screech tires. We don't want any part of that. You understand? Because a man is looking for a what? A woman. You see? And just like you don't anoint into manhood, you don't just anoint into womanhood. You understand? Nah, you still not a woman. Still not. You know, in Spanish, you know, if a woman is under the age of 18 and she doesn't have a child, she is known as señorita. But even if she's 15 and she's pregnant with a baby or she has a baby, she is señora. You understand? So even in Spanish culture, they make the distinction of, you know, of being considered to be a woman now, you know. So she's worthy now of señora. Even if she's not 18, you still can refer to her as señora. If she is pregnant or has a child, that's señora. If other than that, señorita. You know what I'm saying? Like little girl, like little woman, you know, whatever. You'll be that, you know. But I'm saying our women, our girls don't become women if they have not earned it. And to me, if you want to show me somebody like this Cardi B person and even this dude, and they only do that on stage, like all this bullshit he's wearing and the disaster that she is there in the background, and that's just staging, but the rest of the time they're these demure, educated people pursuing education and goals for their people and setting up things that will build their people economically, and ha 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 ha, then I say, quick, run out and buy the latest Cardi B album, do it now. It's still some bullshit, but go and buy it. Because they're doing the right thing and they're the right people. But this? Nah. 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 And then you have Ellen sitting up there, you know, now I know that, you know, she was asking about some relationship with him and Cardi B. As if a lesbian white woman cares anything about a straight black couple's relationship in this society. It's all wrong, everybody. All of it is wrong, you know. All of it is wrong. All of it. All of it. And I get it, you know, on some level, you know, I can tell you she don't give a damn. But I can tell you that she is Ellen. She is a product. She's on a #1 show. She's been on for 1,000,000 years now. And to be relevant at 60 years old hosting a show like this, plus you got the real out there. Those are younger women than her. Excuse me. She's carrying a show by herself. You want to be in, so you got to have the in people who are in the pop culture on your show. You understand? So you have to act like you're friends with them and you care about them and this, that. But let him not be Offset and show up to her damn Santa Ynez or wherever it is that Oprah and Michael Jackson, all them live, because she lives out there too. Let him show up at her door. It's going to be security and a precinct of police being called. She's not calling Bentley for him. I promise you that. She's not picking up the phone to call Bentley. She's not doing that. You understand? So we have to put things in perspective. In perspective. We almost must remember in this moment Emmett Till, who was murdered savagely for allegedly whistling at a white woman. This is sitting across from a white woman in 2019 and we're supposed to act like everything's just changed and it's all fine and wonderful? No. 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 Damn it, no. You understand? And I would also suggest that her whole, because every time I turn on, I don't watch Ellen. But it seems like that's why my statement has more weight to it. Because anytime I've just happen to watch her or turn the channel in or it's on, my TV was already on that channel or something, it's always some black people up there that she's giving checks to and she's giving a giveaway and she's doing it all. So I asked myself, this is a white lesbian woman, why she give a damn about black folk? Ha ha! Because, as I've said to you, they're trying to marry this LBGT nonsense up to the same and to be equal with the struggle of African people in this nation, and we must reject that into our graves. Do you understand me? We cannot allow that. We cannot allow that. You understand? Because being called a gay slur is not the same as several hundred years of lynching before you even get to slavery. A gay slur is not the same as not being able to drink out the same water fountain as somebody else, or not being able to be in a town after sundown, or having your entire city burned down simply because you were black. And I could keep going. We will not allow there to be made some false equivalent of gay suffering to black suffrage. Period. And they're latched on to us because you remember it was a black man who gave them their rights, whatever they were looking for, the marriage thing, I think it was. Remember Obama said, I feel like they should be, and I agree with them, because they will have to deal with God on that. I don't care who gets married, gay or straight. I don't care. But let the record show it was a black man who did that. You see? And then lit up the White House and the rainbow and did it all. You see? Just did it all. So, we are their meal ticket. Because this society don't give a damn about who sleeps with who, because it's a godless ass place any damn way. And you want me to think that because gay people sleep with each other, that's something special? How about the hooker that's been out there serving it up for years, making a living for herself? She doesn't get any special rights? What about her? Since we care so much. And it's still okay to call them sluts, too. Well, that's a slur against a sex worker. You should be canceled for that. Since we're going to be fair about it all. If we're going to be fair to them, we're going to be fair. We're not going to do it at all. Because they always try and latch shit to us. And we have to be over that. Over it. To women under sound of my voice, if you have boys, and because you picked a penis and not a man, that's still fine. Go and now raise that child to be a decent and honorable human being. Period. Period. And now you even got to ask the church deacon or nobody else. You can get your ass online. Anything they need to know about puberty, you can tell them. If you don't have the guts, then you just go here. I need you to read this online. Read it. You know what I'm saying? Don't matter how they get it as long as they get it. You know what I'm saying? And we have animal instincts, so you learn things on your own. Nobody's got to tell you. You understand? You understand that. So, put down this crutch of, well, you know, they didn't have a father, they didn't have a father. And never say anything, if their father isn't there, never say a single thing bad about their father in front of them. That's the other mistake y'all make. You want to indict the father in front of the child. Don't do that. Because you're disrespecting the intellect of the child to come. Children are way brighter than you give them credit for, and they will make their own assessment. But if you keep putting this fog over them, because that's what you're doing, you're raining down a cloud of fog and negativity, and it should be seen as child abuse, and you should be carted away with Child Protective Services if I had my way for even telling them that. Because they don't know they don't have a father. You understand? And when they do realize it, then you just be ready. I picked a penis and not a man. And this is not somebody that would have been any value to your life anyway. Now, if you find out that that dude has come into millions, you tell him, this is who your father is. Go and file a lawsuit so you can get millions for all of us. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's still a coin now. But that's the only situation under which you would even give a care. You see? Just let them know everybody is not meant to have a father. And now in today's age, there's people that have two fathers and two mothers, and I'm over it. You see? Throw that at them. You see? Or just tell them, you are so lucky you don't have your father. You hit the lottery. A lot of your friends probably didn't. They might have missed out on something, but you didn't miss out on nothing. He was a total disaster. Total disaster. You're a better human being than he will ever hope to be. Thank God. Let them walk around with that. You understand? Instead of you never complete the story. You just say they didn't have their father. Your father isn't here. You still don't leave them with anything that says to them, it doesn't matter if he was here or not. There was nothing for him to be but a warm body. That's it. There's nothing special that would have come from him. He didn't have no money. You understand? I was mostly footing him the bills for everything for his tired ass, whatever. You tell them that after they old enough. You don't tell them this stuff when they're children. You wait till they get grown and they ask you. Then you tell them. And then after you tell them, you say, this is not a burden for you to carry. There's nothing you missed out on. Because that's what's really at the root of it. Like even him, he's sitting up on Ellen talking about, his father. Well, you did just fine without your father. And what would having your father now do? What's that going to do? Because you're not going to be able to be friends with him, because we don't operate that in black culture. You're not friends with your parents. So if you're looking for another homeboy, you got enough homies. So what's your father going to do? You're not going to let him tell you nothing, because you, quote, grown now. So what's the value of your father now? What is it? What is it that a picture won't do? So you can just see, okay, I look like him or I don't look like him. Oh, that's what he look like. Okay. I think that if you have an opportunity to see who the people were you came from, just to see them, that'd be fine. But my argument is also borne out by children who were given up at birth, who didn't know either of their parents. Maybe both the parents were together and said, we just can't raise a child right now, and they gave up the child. You understand? So what about them? Are they a total disaster now? And a lot of them have turned out outstanding. A lot of adults and successful people out there that were adopted, or given up at birth. So let's put down this fiction that you must have a father. You understand? There's no value in it. There's no value. There's no value. There's no value. There's no value. You understand? I think that you're more devastated if you don't have your mother. And in a way, you almost can't bitch about that, because you kind of did, because your presence on earth is evidence that she lived. You see? So, like I say, my mom died when I was 6 months old. I never knew her. But I know that I carry part of her with me because I'm her child. She gave birth to me. You understand? So, let's put that down. And like I say, let's begin to cancel hip-hop out of our lives, everybody, as long as they don't have nothing to say. If it doesn't enrich the culture, we're over it. We need to be over it. We need to be over it. Because there's no value. There's no value. And indeed, like I say, the virus that it leaves upon us and the image that it leaves that goes around the world is of danger to us. It's of danger to us. It's of danger. So, I needed to come and get this off my chest. Like I say, I was provoked to this in one heartbeat. I think it's been something that's probably been simmering in me for way longer than just today. But today is the day that the universe said you must speak. So find value in what I've said. Find discipline in your own lives to act on the things that I've said, and help us to enrich and better our culture through our young ones now, because many of us are too far gone to save. This is the Jedi.